Hi, Valve just launched the Steam Machine. It's a mini PC that is powered by SteamOS. It's a cube-shaped PC, it's probably at the size of my palm, and I'm telling you, this is probably coming to disrupt the console wars. You know, the expensive ecosystem of PlayStation and the fallen fans of Xbox, a little bit of Nintendo here and there. Valve is both pushing the handheld market with Steam Deck, and now the Steam Machine is pushing into the console market. But not just that, it is also a mid-tier PC. It right now makes so much sense for me to, if I am ever going to buy a console to my living room, it can be just a mini PC with SteamOS in it. It doesn't have to be this PC, you can build your own mini PC and you can install any OS you want in it, but a readily available option makes so much sense. In the hardware part, it has enough ports, 4 USB Type-A and a Type-C, an Ethernet port and an SD card port, also an HDMI and a DisplayPort. It has 16GB of RAM that is replaceable, it is in the form of the laptop RAMs, also a replaceable SSD, either 512GB option or a 2TB option. It has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It has a custom-made AMD CPU and a custom-made AMD GPU. The CPU has 6 cores and 12 threads. It has the Zen 4 architecture. You can think it as the previous version Ryzen 7 600 maybe, and a previous version Intel i5. The GPU in it has 8GB VRAM. In performance-wise, it is probably going to be similar to RTX 3060. AMD-wise, it is probably going to be between the RX 7600 and 7400, but these are kind of a speculation right now. The Steam Machine is going to be launching next year in mid-2026, so for the exact performance we have to wait for more reports. Why I think this is important is not just because of a new console, also the rise of the Linux. The Windows have lots of overhead. It is very slow, it has lots of bugs. It might not be happening to you, but I'm telling you, your computer can be faster. The Windows is doing lots of things in the background, and if you are not running into any bugs in the system, you are not doing enough things in Windows. As a developer, I'm using lots of different things in my PC, and I'm also a very heavy PC user, and that is not just about my weight. I'm going to go to the gym next year, I promise. The thing is, Windows is worse in older hardware. This is part of the reason why low-end PCs run so bad. Everything is laggy in the system, and playing games is a nightmare. But for the same hardware, you can install a Linux system, and you can get so much better results. Not just in the daily programs you use, also in the games. They actually showed this. Cyberpunk runs 32% better in the same hardware if you use SteamOS instead of a Windows 11 PC. Most games actually run better in Linux systems. And for Steam Deck and Steam Machine, I think SteamOS is just a brilliant thing to do. Just a Linux system that is optimized for games. They have a thing called the Proton layer. The problem was some games were only made for Windows PCs and they couldn't run on Linux systems. The Proton layer in the system allows more games to be able to be played in Linux systems. Windows is not just running worse, it is also becoming a privacy nightmare with ads everywhere, pushing more of their products into the system, including things like Edge and Copilot and the OneDrive ads that I cannot get rid of. And the Mac is not even here. Mac is not made for gamers. One can argue Mac Mini is a really great option for anyone that is not playing games, but they don't support everything, unfortunately. And the consoles don't even support any software other than games. So the new Steam Machine can make so much sense for multiple people. Well, there's not a price tag yet, but since the Steam Deck was priced fairly good, I think they are going to nail this one too. And affordability is really a problem these days. PCs are getting expensive, so much expensive than the good old days. More and more people are just buying consoles to be able to play games, because buying a PC is not an option, they are expensive. When you go for the cheaper PCs, you cannot play games with them. So affordable hardware and a better running software is going to solve these issues. So I'm just glad that they did it. Also, some games still cannot run on SteamOS because of games' own issues. Not that they cannot support it, but the developer teams of the games haven't implemented the needed structure in the game, or they just don't want to support it for different reasons, like anti-cheat. Anti-cheat systems are mostly made for Windows PCs, and they are just supervising everything that is going on in your PC. Is it not doable for Linux systems? Probably can be done, but the multiplayer games are not just investing into this right now. If the SteamOS gets popular, maybe these companies will see that anti-cheat is needed in SteamOS and Linux systems, and they can invest into it. Today, 80% of the top 100 games in the Steam are supported in SteamOS. Also, overall, 90% of the games are supported in SteamOS. And with wider usage, this can go up to 100%. So I view this as a very good news for everyone, including gamers, consumers. More competition and better affordability are the things I like because of the economy. So what do you think about it? Do you think this is going to be widely used? By the way, here are the countries that is going to be available next year. Unfortunately, it looks like it is not going to be available everywhere. Well, do you like it? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe and thank you for listening.